going on, Star? Can you hear me okay? Is the microphone buzzing at all? How's all that going? And how does that look? I did a little bit of panel lining last night. Pardon me. Still a little raw, so there's going to be a lot more painting once I get this top coated, but I wanted to look at this and maybe do some custom panels since I don't have a whole lot of time today. So I pulled out the evergreen styrene sheets. Hard to believe one of these blocked up the entire Suez Canal, huh? Anyway. I can do some custom panels for parts like these that have nothing on the backside and are just kind of empty and useless. Not useless, they're very cool panels, but I want to do more to them. And I want to get potentially a little bit more going on the chest. Possibly do a little bit of like a kind of cockpit. I don't know what you'd call that. Just some detailing around where the cockpit would open. We'll see. Lot of opportunities for things. And then the shield also has it's got a little bit of detailing on the back, but almost nothing. It's not going to protect anybody. So I'll do some extra bits on that. The sound is low today. Probably because I have the microphone turned around properly. Can you hear me okay? That might be a little bit better. But yeah, these hip plates have like the best detailing on the back. So I'm going to try to replicate some of that. Maybe fill in this gap on the beam magnum there. And I have water slide decals for days. Yeah, it's just like, what's going on, Aparlo? How are you? Welcome in. We're just doing some Gundam stuff. Not as fun as some of our evening gaming shenanigans, but you know, it's something. I'm doing well. It's been a little bit of a lazy day. Adam, this is the mega sized. So it's not even really graded. I would say the closest it is to like a entry grade or a high grade. But it is bigger than a perfect grade. There's the head, for example. So, quite large, but lots of room to play with details. And if I get real weird about it, I can do some scribing. I don't know why I just waved that around like I was threatening you guys. Oh, Aparlo, honestly, you didn't miss much with the stream last night. We played tanks for like maybe 30 minutes, if that. And they were pretty good tank games, but yeah. Let's see. Chickens Just Chickens says building the GM 2.0 tonight. Nice. My next one is actually a MG Char Zigak. So, yes, this is 1 to 48 scale. It is very big. But I really like that because it actually matches up quite well with some of my little Warhammer 40,000 guys. So, like this guy, yeah, Warhammer guys are all like 6 foot tall or maybe a little bit taller. So, but you could imagine him climbing into the cockpit there, or something about that size. You know, maybe a little bit smaller than this guy, because, like I said, Warhammer guys are always pretty big. Oh, Parlo's gonna be lurking and playing Siege. Nice. You're waiting on your Unicorn Banshee MG, the Master Grade. That is a very high detail kit. is all I will say. Is it perfect grade level expensive? No, shrimp tempura. It is not. It is shockingly inexpensive. I got this for like $80. I think it was like 90 with shipping and tax. You love the Zigok, drop it and foot broke off. Oh no! Were you able to get the foot and at least like glue it back in? Yeah, I have a very soft spot in my heart for all the Universal Century mobile suits. But yeah, shrimp tempura. It's really inexpensive. They also have the RX-78-2, the OG mobile suit Gundam. And then I want to say they've got a couple variants of the Zaku, but those haven't been reprinted recently. Kind of want to get this, but it would be mismatched with your MG Nanju. I mean, oh, chickens had to buy a new one. That sucks. It would be mismatched, but honestly, like something at this scale, I don't know. I don't have really any of the other Unicorn Gundam mobile suits, so I wasn't worried about that. And I'm gonna do like a whole very large scale, almost like a diorama piece for this. So we will we'll see how that goes. But okay, I'm gonna do the old dumb way of getting panels traced out, which is just to trace it onto tape over your part. We will see how well this works. I haven't done this in a while, and I used to just do this with foam. And foam is much more forgiving. So, pro tip: do not buy the real grade Unicorn. It's fragile. Oh yeah, well okay, yeah, I've heard things like that. Oh, thank you for the follow there. Yeah, as cool as they are, and they are cool, I will not buy transforming model kits. Because all that coolness goes out the window as soon as you either try to transform it or, you know, drop it or whatever it is that causes it to suddenly be, as you said, a hand grenade. Uh-oh. Oops, 1 second here. Hey, now I can see Twitch better. Unicorn's your favorite mobile suit? Nice. All the pieces get so loose after like 3 transfer. Yeah, I honestly I understand why they made transformable kits. Like I get it. I almost wish for those kits they would just make it more expensive and give you both versions of the model. Like you could build out both versions, or just make them multiple kits. Like I am so happy that this is not a transformable or like an attempted transformable kit. Which honestly I don't think would have. Because I heard this was based off of the Maul basically like VHG Zeta Revive. I'm not familiar enough with kits to say. Did they do that? Because that would be I'd be I don't know. As someone who primarily does Warhammer, I am not opposed to monopose kits. Like, I don't know. This is essentially a monopose kit. You could probably get it to where you could pose the arms a little bit, but like, you know, for the most part, you wind up gluing them in place. And it's easily as much as a Verka master grade, if not more. So like, I don't mind having to glue stuff in potentially. I don't know. That is disappointing actually. Okay. You just started your Skaven army with the Skaven box, and you know nothing about Age of Sigmar. I don't know anything about Age of Sigmar. Although, I will say, one of my favorite Warhammer podcasting duos just started doing their fantasy. It's not Age of Sigmar, but it is a fantasy podcast. So the Adeptus Ridiculous guys started doing, I think it's Age of Ridiculousness or something like that. Is their Warhammer Fantasy podcast now, so could be worth checking that out to learn a little bit of the lore at least. Most of the things that I'm interested in involve Jimmy Space. Oh, somebody's comments got filtered out there. Let's see, Total War, Warhammer 3 got you into Warhammer 40k, and now it's getting you into Sigmar. Right on. I can see that. Boom. I'll have a little bit of gap there, but I have some idea of that. Have I built any HG Witch from Mercury kits? I haven't built any. No, but it's funny that you say that because that is my second favorite Gundam timeline. And I've got the original build of Ariel right here. So, that's the thing. And I will be doing that eventually. I think I opened her, looked at her as, oh wow, that's a very nice kit, and then put her back on the shelf. But will be happening eventually. I really want the Zawart, because the Zawart is designed by and looks just like an Armored Core. It was designed by one of the Armored Core designers, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I could be very wrong about everything. What did I do with plastic sheets? Yes, I take plastic sheets. There we go. So you'd recommend painting the shoulder stickers? They have very little adhesiveness. Oh, on the Witch from Mercury? Gotcha. I might, if the stickers are real bad, I might just find somebody who's done water slide decals. I have fallen in love with doing lots of water slide decals from my Warhammer stuff. So I'm not opposed to that at all. You know what, give me 1 second. I gotta tilt this Twitch camera down just a little bit more. I feel like it's not seeing everything. But I want it to. There we go. How big is my Warhammer? My Warhammer is somewhere between 30k and 40k. Mostly because I do revisionist history Warhammer, as well as revisionist future Warhammer? I don't know, they're both in the future. It was supposed to be a joke about Horus Heresy, and then I got stupid somewhere in the middle. So you're welcome. Because yeah, the army that I am most intently working on right now is my Death Guard Heresy army. All pre-Nurgle-fied. Recommend the HG I've never been able to say that name. Darrell Balde or however it is. And the Ilfrith. Right on. I would like for them to make some master grades of those. I think that would be nice. I know that Ariel got a, what is it, the full mechanics build? Which is essentially a master grade with some extra going on. If I understand that correctly. So, I'd love to work on those. I like big robots. And I like my big robots to actually be big. Now. Gog? Which one's the Gog? Gog? Which one's the Gog? The High Gog. I have a High Gog. No, I have 3D printable High Gog. I know the Gog. I have 3D printable High Gog parts. Why is it that so many of the Universal Century Timeline Xeon mobile suits sound like you're performing some other action with your mouth when you say them? Zegak, Gog. Just saying. Even Zaku. Thin plastic here, and let's just see if that is backwards. Trim. Gog is life, Gog is love. What's going on, G-Man? How are you today? Just doing some custom infill panels for my mega-sized unicorn Gundam. Start with the real basic stuff that nobody can really see. And we'll work our way up to the actual custom paneling that'll go on potentially the outside. Yeah. Didn't have to fit perfect. G-Man's cleaning house today. Nice. Very nice. It's a good way to be. Yeah, just throw your tape, Jack. That's perfect. Well, doesn't seem quite right, does it? That'll fit for our purposes. What scissors are these? These are Wes snip. These are tin snips. So they're not just scissors. These are made for cutting through thin sheet metal. I mean, that's for like really thin sheet metal, and then I've got way heavier duty ones for the real stuff. Okay. Yeah, no worries there, Force 44. And this is just a little milliput mixed together here. Use this as a backing. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about what's going on or how I'm doing any of this or you know, my social security number and all that, go ahead and ask them. I probably won't tell you some of it, but you can ask them. Oh, thank you for the follow there. Where did I get this kit? I believe I got this one on New Type. This was a while ago. But I know that it is available from Bezos, if you don't mind paying Amazon money for goods and services. It is incredibly inexpensive for what it is. much like perfect grade kits and things like that can cost, this is a pretty good deal. I'm doing a bunch of wacko upgrades to it, so that's kind of what's going on here. No, don't do what, Star? I didn't look up in time, so I don't know what I was doing. Oh, the Social Security thing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't tell them. They can ask. You can ask anything. There are no stupid questions, only stupid answers. I don't know if that's how that goes. Pretty sure there are stupid people, too. I think that was a part of it. Alright, that'll bulk those out a little bit and shore them up. And a little bit more putty. Whatever shall I do with my extra putty? Go ahead and start bulking this out a little bit. Something to build into. Shield gun, and just have it be a little less wibbly wobbly on there. That'd be nice. Boom. There we go. Monthly milliput really kind of has to be worked into a spot to stick to it, so we should be good on that. Nice. Nice. Okay. Waste not, want not. Certainly with milliput. Make one stick of milliput go a very long way. I got this like a year ago for a project. It has continued to be very useful. Depeche, I hope that's how you're supposed to say that. What I am doing is I'm working on this mega-sized unicorn Gundam kit. You can see the head right here. It's very large, for a Gundam kit at least. And I'm just filling out, bulking out some of these panels that had really nothing behind them. You can kind of see where I've put some milliput and a little bit of plastic card on here. And I'm basically trying to take, this is one of the hip panels that has a bunch of extra detailing on it. So I'm taking the putty and I am bulking these out so that they've got a little bit more strength and a little bit more to them. Because these sit, I can show you here. These sit right alongside the foot. I really just wanted to bulk them out a little bit because you don't really... I don't want to put that all the way in, but I can show you. See how you can just sort of see the inside, so I want to do some detailing there. So the putty is really just to bulk it out, and then the plastic card is doing most of the work, and then I'm going to do a little bit of filling inside all of that. Should just make it kind of strong. Same thing with the back of this is like a blaster thing that goes inside of this shield here. So I want to fill out some of the guts on the inside of that. So the putty's just a backing really right now. Milliput is fantastic for that, and then once I get into some more detail, if I want to do the putty work, I've got some green stuff that I'll use. And then right now I'm using some of this quick seal adhesive caulk because it is really good for getting into little gaps, and you can smooth it out with just a finger and some water. Although it can be irritating for some people. You have to be a little bit careful about that. Gloves do the trick, though. Excuse my dirty paint water. This will all get cleaned up once it's cured on here. Yeah, no worries. Always happy to answer questions about project stuff like this. Feel like there's an expanding but always just slightly too small knowledge base on the internet for things like this, so if anybody is interested in these things, I'm always more than happy to explain what I'm doing. If I ever seem irritable about it, it's not about the question, it's about what I'm doing. Sometimes these things can be trying. As far as patience goes, anyway. So, yeah, but that's what we are doing. Nice, easy, relaxed stream today. Just bulking out some parts, trying to make this epic kit a little bit more epic before I go in and put in some real detail on this thing. And eventually, when I'm able to get my mega-sized Zaku kit, I will tear it up and make it battle damaged and all sorts of cool. But I just couldn't bring myself to do that to the unicorn. Also, I don't think the unicorn ever takes that much damage in the actual series. For the most part, it's just Benager taking emotional damage. Bandai's reprinting some of the mega-sized Zaku next month. I will be ready. I will be ready and waiting, and by then I should have my parts for doing the hanger. Although, when I snag one of those, I might actually wait for Requiem for Vengeance to come out and grab some reference photos from that. Really like the look of their up-armored, tore-up Zakus. What is he doing to that part? I'm bulking it out with some plastic card, which you can see in there, and I'm taking some putty. Well, this is sealant caulking. And I am closing up all the gaps. that dries, I'll come in with to make it a little bit heavier duty and just to fill it out. So the way that these panels sit on the foot, the inside here is just visible, and you could see all the inside. It looked really hollow. So I'm going to be bulking these out, well, bulking the rest of them out, that one is. And then I will paint it and do some scribing and filling detail with some bits like this. Oh, howdy, thank you for the gift. Yeah, so that way it looks like an actual filled out armor piece, as opposed to, like, you can see on the back of the shield here, it looks really hollow. There's just not much going on there. So I'm going to bulk those out with a little bit of Milliput, a little bit of this adhesive caulk to fill in some of the little gaps, and then I will trim up the rest of this plasticard, the kind of the offcuts, into little itty bitty detailed bits so that it looks a little bit more like this. And these will all get painted up kind of steel and machine gray like that. That's all. Got that. Oh, this is the last piece. And that way, this mega-sized kit, which is pretty bare bones at the end of the day, but that's kind of why I bought it, with the intent, will be upgraded and look a whole lot better, and it will be a very nice little display. Especially considering I have the Lady and the Unicorn tapestry that's going to go behind this. Little mini tapestry. I kind of want to do an entire, like, Laplace's box replica, but we will see on that. Let's see. Various rods. Those are the same. Okay. Don't make fun of me for using my digital calipers without the digital part on. I ran out of batteries, and I just haven't gotten new ones. That is... $17mm? Call that 17mm. Finger right in that, didn't I? That was dumb of me. There. not just rods, rods of various sizes, Star. Come on, you gotta get it right. Enough. None of this is actually going to be seen by anybody. Except you guys, but you all don't count. Thank you all for the likes. Much appreciated. Just let him run this time, Star. I want you to bend down, will you? Yes, you will. I see. Love thin plastic art. Okay. Good. I can hide all my crimes later down the line. So you don't actually matter, which means I can just putty you in right now. We'll put rods in there. And that will make this look a whole lot more technological and less wibbly wobbly. I'm not sure what we'll do here. I'll actually have to look at how that sits on the shield. I think I might be able to just put a thing under that so it sits flat against the base of the shield. But yeah. Luckily, everything's going to be getting a little bit of a paint touch up after this, so I'm not too worried about that. That does go back a little bit more, so. the best way to go about this, but I don't know a real great way to cut ABS rounds without crushing them. We're going to try to score it and snap it. Aha! That worked way better than I expected it to. And none of you had to see me go to the hospital. Okay, so if I do that, maybe we put like a little block of this at the end. Yeah, that's coming together, huh? Okay. I can be happy with that. I can be very happy with this. Okay. Seems like the scoring method works pretty well. Shockingly well. I'm really happy about that. Waste my good plastic glue on this. We're just going to do beads of super glue. As this won't be seen very much and might actually need to be reoriented a little bit. So, pushed up in there. Pushed up right beside it. Try to center it. Best we can. Gap between them? I don't know. I think that looks pretty good there. It's not really going to be seen. It's just in case we get a glance behind it. Oh, she builds Gundams. We are just bulking out some of the. We're doing the customizing part on the Mega Unicorn. So I am putting some bits behind the shield. Blaster bit, whatever this is, and then I have bulked out the these are the kind of the ankle guard panels, so I bulked out the bottom of those, and I'm going to do some actual custom paneling on the inside of that. Maybe not today, because the stuff's actually going to take a little bit longer to cure and dry on there than I wanted it to, but you can see from the rest of it, it was this kind of real deep recess on there, and I didn't like the way that it looked, and I think having a little bit more weight down on the ankles, down on the actual feet themselves, will help it stand. So since yesterday I've done some panel lining just with the little Gundam marker, and yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of this, and then probably top coat it tomorrow or soon. I will top coat it soon, and then do some actual painting on it, like get some Tamiya paints on it. I just wanted to work with some of my extra plastic bits here and see if I couldn't bulk out some of these kind of non-existent panels. Stuff that feels like it needs paneling but doesn't have it. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I want to get it to like a true display level so that I can have the lighting kit in it and do the kind of the hanger MS cage setup. I think it'll be awesome. about you? You working on anything right now? Any current kits or future projects that are being planned out? That's way too long, Jack. I don't know what your thought process there was. I know on the Twitch side, Star is working on getting her, is it tier 4 or tier 5 tank for World of Tanks? Ah, where are my flyers? I have so many snips, but you know what? Battle snips might work. Yeah, war snips. Snips that could cut a battleship in half. Oh, we're still not quite there. Let's see, sitting down to work on water slide decals on Sandrock. Nice. I love water slide decals. I know a lot of people don't particularly enjoy them, but I think they look really good, and honestly, as somebody who did battle with stickers for a few years, I will take the certainty of water slide decals over stickers any day. I think I might just mash this in here. Yep. Sometimes that's what it takes. A little bit more detail needed over that, but I'm waiting for all that to dry. They're your favorite part? See? I'm not the only one. Let's see, I'm worried now that I've misplaced the sheet of decals for the unicorn here, so let me double check that I have those squirreled away somewhere safe. Yep, I do. These are just glorious. I agree. So like, here, I'll show off some other stuff that I've done. I know it's Warhammer, but this is my pride and joy of water slide decaling. So I've got the doors there and all the weathering that goes over it. That's water slide. I mean, these are all water slide decals. Right down to the little guy's shoulder pads. And the door here. Thank you, Milkwave. Well, thank you, She Builds Gundams. Yeah, I appreciate that because it took a lot of work. In fact, once I get the unicorn here up to snuff, I want to do a Federation tank as well. I'm actually not going to play with that. I think I'm going to use sprues to fill out the rest of this. But I am realizing that I am an hour in and I'm already finding myself at a point where I need some things to set, and I'm like both further along than I thought I would be and not as far along as I thought I would be. So I think I'm actually going to end things early here and work on figuring out exactly what my next steps are with some of this. But I got a lot of the prep work done. You can see that's actually setting up really nice. That's going to be a nice flat inside surface to do some detailing on. Like I said, we might actually use our model kit shiv for something other than just cutting off little sprues and things like that, and do some scribing. So I'm gonna see with that. This looks so threatening. But yeah, and definitely get some of the actual custom paneling going on, because I want to fill out the inside of the skirts. Yeah, all this is gonna have a little bit more detail than it normally would. So, thank you guys for hanging out for not very long, I know, but it was kind of a weird one today. I'll figure out better stuff for tomorrow and next week. I will actually be getting back into Warhammer and painting and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, thank you so much, She Builds Gundams. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's see, I think I got 4 people on Twitch. You guys hang out with me for a moment. We'll get a raid going. See if there's somebody cool. TikTok, I will be hanging out with you while we're doing this. And yeah. Oh, Jess is on. Boom. Start that raid. Awesome. Twitch, if you guys can hang out for the raid, that would be great. Jess is a friend of the guys that I stream with, and she's super cool, even though she's just playing games instead of doing Gundams. So, here goes the raid. TikTok, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I will build more of this tomorrow.